the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, rise and grind, DMV. It is a DMV First Warn Day. That's because we're tracking some showers and storms that could turn severe. So definitely keep it here. We'll have a look at that timing coming up.
And coming up this morning on DC News Now, Prince George's County Police searching for a suspect in an overnight homicide, where police say it happened and what the department is doing to stop crimes like this from spiking over the summer. Plus, the first day of recreational weed sales in Maryland, that's in the books. Our team was on the ground as long lines wrapped around dispensaries. How much money this could generate for the state. And putting a stop to reckless driving. Why people living in a western Maryland town say the problem is getting out of hand. But first, a live look outside this morning. The word for the weekend, muggy, also hazy. And it is just very warm. It is a DMV First Warn Day. Look at that. Like, you can tell through the camera that it is very muggy and hazy outside. We're in the 70s, I believe, Brittany, to kick things off this morning. Yikes. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Tosin Fakile. Weather forecaster Brittany Ward joins us now. And Brittany, will the severe weather clear up in time for the holiday? That's really what everybody wants to know.
You know what? We are looking good as we head into the 4th of July. We just have to get through today and then tomorrow. So DMV First Warn Day, that's because a few of the showers and storms that could pop up this afternoon could turn severe, with the main threat yet again being those damaging winds. Radar showing you the overall picture. We did have a few showers just clip the northern portions of Garrett County, but the National Weather Service has issued a coastal flood advisory for Washington, D.C. And as you head further off into Annapolis, this is set to expire about 10 a.m. So if you are going to be heading to any of these areas by the river or by the bay, just make sure you are being cautious. Temperature-wise, warm out here. We're talking about mid-70s here in the D.C. metro area, 72 as you head over there to Frederick and Hagerstown. 68 though in Martinsburg, but you factor in those dew point temperatures, very oppressive. So when you're stepping out the door, it's going to feel really, really sticky out there. So any outdoor activities, make sure you are staying hydrated, and the stickiness is going to stick around as we head into the rest of the work week. So definitely keep it here, Tosin. We'll time out those showers and storms for you guys coming up.
We'll keep an eye on that, Brittany. Thank you. We begin this morning with breaking news out of Baltimore, where 2 people are dead, at least 28 injured following a mass shooting. Here's what we know at this hour. It happened just after 12:30 a.m. at a block party in South Baltimore. All 30 of the victims are adults, according to police. Now, we're reminding you, 28 people are injured, 2 dead. 3 of those people have critical injuries. No arrests have been made in this incident. No word from police on possible suspects or motive. But Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott pledged at the scene to find the person or people responsible for this incident. We'll continue to stay on top of this story, following it through the day as it develops. We'll bring you the latest as we learn it. And developing now, Prince George's County Police are searching for a suspect in a fatal shooting. Police say they found a man shot in a parking lot on Good Luck Road in Lanham around 5:30 last night. That man died at the hospital. If you have any information on a suspect or a possible motive, you are asked to call police. And meanwhile, new efforts are underway this summer to reduce crime in PG County. It comes as data shows crime is up more than 40% this year. Officials say a lot of these crimes involve young people, and that is why they're trying to tackle the problem as teens are getting out of school. Police say they are increasing police presence in places considered hotspots based on data. They also say parents need to be held accountable in keeping up with their kids. Officials are looking to find ways to keep young people busy during their summer break.
They have my commitment that we will find a way to get their young person involved inside of a program. Let's join together and form a mighty fist to have the courage to actually address the issues.
The Summer Crime Initiative went into full effect yesterday. And it took several years, but recreational marijuana is officially legal in Maryland for people 21 and older. Dave Laval gives us a closer look at what the first day of sales were like.
Until Saturday, about 163,000 people around Maryland could buy marijuana legally for medicinal purposes. Now the market opens up to about 4 million people across the state.
Just some gummies and also some vapes.
Shopping day for Brian Ramirez. He and others flood Rockville's Peak Relief for the first day they can buy recreational marijuana.
Why not? You know, it's an awesome feature, I guess, yeah.
It's exact debit, so no rounding up. Do you want a bag for this today?
Voters approved recreational marijuana in November 2022.
I couldn't be happier.
Warren Lemley is the president of Peak Relief. It's one of about 100 stores across the state that now sells recreational marijuana. Lemley is among those who pushed for the change.
You know, I didn't expect when I first got this license to get involved in the legislative side of things. I didn't expect to be testifying in the Senate and testifying in the House and trying to fight for the rights of the people of Maryland.
All right, total's going to be $59.95.
State regulators estimate recreational marijuana could generate as much as $600 million in sales during the first year.
Recreational marijuana becomes legal in Virginia next summer, while Congress continues to block recreational marijuana in D.C. after voters approved it in 2014. In Rockville, Dave Laval, D.C. News Now.
New this morning, D.C. police have set up a traffic safety checkpoint in Northwest for the holiday weekend. The checkpoint is on 14th Street between W and V streets. Police say they are focusing on enforcement as well as education. They're keeping an eye out for people driving under the influence, distracted, or driving in an unsafe way. Western Maryland is well known for scenic views along its highways, but some people near the town of Boonesboro are worried about the safety of those roads, especially on Route 67. DC News Now, Skylar Salas has the story.
For some residents in Boonesboro, Maryland, 67 is known to be a dangerous road where you can find people speeding and tailgating. But for some residents and business owners, they have had enough and are looking for change. After receiving a number of complaints, the Washington County government hosted a meeting where Boonesboro area residents voiced their concerns about safety along Maryland 67, speed being one of the top concerns.
I don't think they pay attention quite fast how fast they're going, and so that they tend to get to 60, 65, 70. I've had some people pass me going down that road 75 miles an hour.
Brenton Welty manages the Cronies Marketplace near Route 67. He says more police presence on the road along with a lowered speed limit might help.
There are some little side roads that people pull out on, so maybe even lowering the speed limit even more through there, or putting up some signs saying, you know, just cautioning people.
According to the Maryland State Police, about 515 combined citations were issued just last year along 67. The Maryland State Highway Administration released a statement saying, in part, the State Highway Administration is responding with a plan that will consist of short and long-term action items ranging from brush maintenance and line stripping changes to developing alternate concepts for intersection operations. We will continue to work with our partners, Maryland State Police, Washington County Sheriff's Office, and Washington County government to ensure that we are doing our best to provide safe roadways for residents and motorists. Now, Washington County officials and town residents say they will keep pushing until changes are made. Reporting in Boonesboro, Maryland, Skylar Salas for DC News Now.
And new this morning, a possible strike is on the table for UPS Teamsters. On Friday, UPS provided a counteroffer to the union's demands just hours before the union pledged to go on strike. The Teamsters agreed to not strike as negotiations continue through the weekend, but if no deal is reached by Wednesday, workers will strike at the end of the month. Negotiations are focused on the economic portions of the demands list. Teamsters are asking for increase in wages and full-time workers and improved working conditions. So far, UPS has agreed to add air conditioning to trucks. And nurses at George Washington University Hospital have successfully voted to form a union. The vote began on Thursday and ended yesterday evening. The union vote passed 310 to 207. Nurses say staffing shortages and poor treatment from management played a role in the decision to unionize. And an update out of West Virginia, that's where the controversial Mountain Valley Pipeline could carry natural gas as soon as this winter. According to the company behind the pipeline, they have secured federal approval to continue building. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission issued an order saying Mountain Valley can continue construction related to the project. The pipeline is expected to stretch more than 300 miles across the region, carrying gas across state lines from West Virginia to Virginia. And we are stretching your dollar this morning with a bit of good news. Before you grill out for the 4th, experts say it will cost you a little less than last year to hold a July 4th cookout. The American Farm Bureau Federation reports the average price for a cookout is down about 3%. That's less than the record high in 2022, but still the second highest on record. Capitol Hill correspondent Anna Wernicke explains why lawmakers say there's still much to be done.
This year's Independence Day celebrations are costing Americans less. According to the American Farm Bureau Federation, a dinner for 10 will cost 3% less than last year.
A cost of $67.73 to put together a cookout for 10 people with things like pork chops and hamburgers and chicken breasts.
Roger Cryan, the group's chief economist, says while the estimated $7 per person is a slight drop from last year,
chicken breasts and eggs are both down.
The cost is still the second highest on record.
We're down 3% from last year, but that's still 14% higher than 2 years ago.
Cryan says that has a lot to do with inflation, driving up prices for hamburger buns and ground beef.
The price of a bag of chips up 7.9%. Ice cream and popsicles, 8% more.
Tennessee Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn blames President Biden's policies for the high prices.
Our president and the Democrats have made life too expensive to afford every single day of the year.
But President Biden says his policies to fight inflation are working.
Today, inflation is less than half of what it was a year ago.
The president says the war in Ukraine is largely to blame for any price jump. And he says his administration will keep working to bring relief to Americans and their wallets.
Bringing down inflation remains one of my top priorities.
In Washington, I'm Anna Wernicke.
All right, your time now, 8:11. It is a DMV first warn day. That's because a few of the storms that will be rolling through this afternoon could turn severe. But if you're stepping outside for the next 5 hours, we're taking a look at the heat index across the nation's capital, meaning what it feels like when you're stepping out the door. By 9 o'clock, it's going to feel like upper 70s here in the nation's capital. We get into the upper 80s by 11, and then take a look at that. By the afternoon, it's already going to feel like the 90s out there. So definitely keep it here, Tosin. We'll time out those storms for you guys in just a bit.